Hello everyone, myself Tarun Verma. I welcome you all to study a new chapter, Nutrition and Animal. This chapter is taken from class 7th NCERT given in second chapter, but it is also helpful for class 10th because the same thing is again given in class 10th under chapter. Both of the classes should watch this video. So watch this video and clear your topic. The major content of our chapter is here: the digestive system, nutrition in human, nutrition in animals, digestion in grass-eating animal and unicellular organism. So before defining the digestive system, let us discuss about nutrition. What is nutrition? Actually, taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body is called nutrition. In other words, we can say as simple: nutrition is a process of intake and utilization of nutrients as in the form of energy source. Now there are many types of nutrition, as we know: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, holozoic nutrition. But here our chapter is nutrition in animals, so we will discuss only heterotrophic nutrition, which is under the topic heterotrophic nutrition. Nutrition in animal nutrition: animal get their food directly or indirectly from plant. Directly, you can say in case of herbivores like deers, cows, buffaloes, goats, etc. Indirectly, in case of omnivores and carnivores as lion. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of taking food, and utilization of food. Now come to the last point: digestion. The process by which complex food substances are broken down into simpler substances is called digestion. Or we can say getting nutrients by breaking down of food is the process of digestion. If we talk about the different ways of taking food, watch carefully these pictures. These are different insects and animals. Actually, there are different animals and birds mainly. Actually, the food intake ways are different for different types of animals or insects. As if we talk about the eagle, it swallows the flesh of its prey animals as rats, snakes, and other. For mosquitoes, mosquito sucks blood. Hence, the sucking is the process of intake of food for mosquito. For butterflies, butterfly sucks the nectar, which is a sweet and scented liquid. This sweet and scented liquid is found in flowers. Hence, butterflies takes flowers juice by sucking it. In case of housefly, you can say houseflies takes the dead and decaying matters by swallowing it. Now, digestion in humans. As we all know, the whole digestion process occurs from our mouth to anus region, and this whole region contains many other organs which are helpful in digestion. These organs is known as alimentary canal. Hence, we can say alimentary canal are our buccal cavity, that is mouth, esophagus, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. The main glands are salivary glands, liver, pancreas. The alimentary canal plus the glands together is called digestive system. What is the role of glands? Glands secrete digestive juices that help in synthesizing of our nutrients or food. Now, starting with the mouth, we will talk about the intake of food. Food is taken into the body through our mouth. The process is called ingestion. In the mouth, the food is broken down into smaller pieces by the teeth. Now, there are four types of teeth. You can say the four frontal teeth, incisors. After that, two are canines, and then premolar, and then molars for chewing and grinding of food. Actually, teeth converts our food into fine granules that help in easy digestion. The mouth has salivary glands which secrete saliva, or we can say salivary glands secretes a liquid known as saliva, and this saliva breaks down starch into sugars. The tongue helps to mix the food with saliva and swallow the food. Now, here in more deep, if we talk about tongue, actually our tongue not only mixes the saliva, it has also some taste buds, and the different region of the tongue detect different taste that makes food enjoyable. As if you are eating some sweets, then your frontal part of the tongue will taste it sweet, and the next part will taste for salty substances, and the third is for sour substances, and the last is to taste bitter substances. Now, if we discuss about the teeth, as I have told earlier, there are four types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Actually, this is PRE, not PER. Premolars. Now, incisors help in biting and cutting the food. There are four sets of incisors in our lower jaw and upper jaw. In total, there is 8 incisors in our tooth. Canines helps in piercing and tearing the food. Actually, there are two sets of canines in our lower jaw and upper jaw that helps in piercing and tearing. In total, there are 4 canines. Premolar and molars, as a combination, we can say there are 10 sets of premolars and molars, and in total they are 20. Hence, the whole 32 teeth are there in our mouth that helps in grinding the food, or that helps in converting the food into fine granules. Now, if we talk about the food pipe that starts from our neck and goes to the stomach, also known as esophagus, the food passes along the neck and chest. The swallowed food is pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe into the stomach. The stomach secretes digestive juices, hydrochloric acid, and the mucus. Now, what is the role of hydrochloric acid and mucus in our body? Actually, hydrochloric acid kills the germs of the food that we intake, and mucus helps to protect the walls of our stomach from the acid. There are some other digestive juices that also help to digest the food. Small intestine. Small intestine is a long coiled tube. It receives secretion from liver and pancreas. It also secretes digestive juices. if we talk about the liver is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice which is stored in the gallbladder. It breaks down fats. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which breaks into carbohydrate and protein. The intestinal juice completes the digestion of starch into glucose, fat into fatty acids, and glycerol and protein into amino acid. Keep all these conversions into mind because these conversions are very important from the examination point of view. Here is a picture showing the whole digestive system of a human body in three parts, where in the first we have shown the buccal cavity, food pipe and the stomach, and in the second one there is a picturization of gallbladder, bile duct and the other parts. In the third we have shown the small intestine and large intestine along with the rectum. Now, if we talk about the absorption of digested food in the small intestine, how food is absorbed in our body, then digested food is absorbed by the walls of small intestine. How? Actually, in the process of absorption, the small intestine has several finger-like projections. These finger-like projections have a large surface area and these are known as villi, which are connected by our blood vessels. The villi helps to increase the surface area of absorption. The absorbed material are carried by the blood to the different parts of the body and used by the body. This process is known as assimilation, means the transportation of nutrient by the blood cells in different part of the body is known as assimilation. The undigested food is then passes into the next stage into the large intestine. In the large intestine, there absorption of water and some salts are done, and the remaining waste then passes to the rectum and remain there as feces. It is removed through the anus from time to time. This process is called egestion. Hence, we read here about the 5 processes in the whole digestion system. The first word, ingestion, taking of food. Second word, digestion, breakdown of complex food substances into smaller soluble food substances. Third one, absorption, digested food is absorbed into body cells. The fourth, assimilation, when absorbed food is used to provide energy to form new protoplasm. Egestion, the removal of undigested food. These 5 processes are very important. Learn it all. Ingestion, where we intake our food through the buccal cavity. Digestion starts in the next process where we mix saliva through our tongue and swallow the food into the food pipe. Digestion begins, and after going into stomach, it goes into a small intestine where absorption begins, and after absorption there is a process of assimilation, means the distribution process, when through villis these nutrients distributed into blood vessels, and blood vessels transport it to other parts of the body. And the last process, when food goes into large intestine, here our large intestine absorbs water and salt, and then the remaining part is ejected out. The process is known as egestion. Now, feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism, means single-celled organism. It is mostly found in pond water. The cell has a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and a nucleus. Actually, here in cytoplasm, it has many bubble-like vacuoles. The cell has finger-like projection called pseudopodia or false feet, which help it to move and capture food. Now, to understand it all, consider the figure given on your screen. In the first figure, you can see an amoeba and a small food particle. For getting this food, the false feed produces an amoeba that is also known as pseudopodia. This pseudopodia traps the food particle, and this process is known as egestion. After egestion of food, it starts absorbing and digesting it. After digestion, it absorbs nutrient that is known as assimilation. After assimilating it all, the remaining food or waste food is sent out by the vacuoles. Hence, the whole process is done. Now, we will talk about the digestion in grass-eating animals that are known as ruminants. Why they are known as ruminants? Actually, they perform a special process in digestion of cellulose, and for this purpose they are given some extra features in their digestive system that are natural. So, they are also known as ruminant. Now, if we talk from the beginning, grass-eating animals like cows and buffaloes quickly swallow the grass and store it in a separate part of the stomach called rumen. Here, the food is partially digested and is called cud. This partially digested cud is brought back to the mouth in small lumps and chewed. This process is called rumination. Therefore, these animals are also known as ruminant. The chewed food then passes into a sac-like structure between the small intestine and large intestine. You can see here, this structure is known as cecum. The cellulose in the grass is digested with the help of some special bacteria. The normal human body is not perfect for digesting cellulose. Generally, we can say the food pipe and the whole digestive system of a vegetarian is longer than the non-vegetarian, because it takes more time to digest the content of the veg element, because the veg element contains some chlorophyll, cellulose and other things. Here is a mind map. Nutrition, as we have studied that nutrition is the process by which a body gets the useful substances, and in the next we have studied about the digestive system of human, that includes alimentary canal and some glands. In the third, we watched for steps for nutrition in animal, that were ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Nutrition in human beings. After that, we studied about nutrition in amoeba. After that, digestion in grass eating animal. Hope you will understand well. Thank you.